Beowulf, fitt. 32 in modern English. By no means had he purposely, of his own accord, sought out the dragon's hoard, he who injured him sorely, but under stress of need, the slave of someone or other of the sons of men, fled from vengeful blows, lacking a home, and entered therein a sin-perplexed soul. Soon it happened that grisly horror rose up in the stranger. There are 4 more lines that are damaged. While terror held him, he saw the treasure chest. There in that earthly house were many of such ancient heirlooms as some man or other in days of yore had cautiously hid there, the vast legacy of a noble race, precious treasures. Death had carried them off in times now past, and then that one of the people's chieftains who lived longest, a guardian gloomy at the loss of friends, expected the same fate, that he might own for but a little space the slowly gathered treasures. A barrow stood all ready to hand on open ground, near where the billows surged, hard by a cape, new made, secured by binding spells. Into that place the keeper of the jewels had borne a vast amount of the princely wealth, the plated gold worthy of being hoarded. He said these few words: "Now do thou, O earth, hold fast what heroes might not, the possessions of nobles. Lo, brave men won it at first from thee. Death and war, horrid carnage, took away every one of my tribe who yielded up this life. They saw the last of festive joy. I have no one to bear sword, or to burnish the plated flagon, the precious drinking cup. The noble warriors have departed to another place. Now will the hard helmet, bedight with gold, be deprived of its adornments. They sleep who should burnish the battle masks. The armour, too, which stood the stroke of swords in battle, mid the crash of shields, perishes as does the fighter. Nor may the ringed mail fare far and wide with the warrior, side by side with mighty men. There is no joy of harp, no pastime with the gladdening lute. No good hawk sweeps through the hall, nor does the swift steed paw the courtyard. Baleful death has banished hence many of the human race." Thus with sad heart he mourned his troubles, alone after them all, and sorrowfully paced about by day and night, until death's rising tide touched at his heart. The ancient twilight foe found the delightful treasure standing open. He who seeks out barrows flies by night, the smooth, malicious dragon, burning and wrapped in flame. Sorely the people of the country dread him. He was fated to seek out the hoard under the earth, where old in winters he must keep watch over the heathen gold, and not be one whit the better for it. Thus this scourge of the people had for 300 winters occupied in the earth a mighty treasure house, until a certain man enraged him in his heart, bore to his overlord the plated goblet, and begged his master for conditions of peace. Then was the hoard ransacked, the hoard of jewels carried off, his boon was granted to the wretched man. For the first time the Lord examined the ancient work of men. As soon as the dragon woke, there sprang up strife. He hastened along the rock. The strong-hearted beast discovered the footprints of the foe. He had walked forwards and close to the head of the dragon with his stealthy craft. Thus may an undoomed man, one who retains the favour of the Almighty, lightly pass through both woe and banishment. The guardian of the hoard searched with care over the ground. He wished to find the man who had done him this injury in his sleep. Glowing and fierce at heart, he went completely round the barrow oftentimes. There was not any man there in that deserted place. Still he had joyful thoughts of fighting, of the work of battle. At times he turned back into the barrow, looked for the costly vessel. Soon he discovered this, that one of mortal kind had searched out the gold, the splendid treasures. The guardian of the hoard waited with difficulty till evening came. Then was the lord of the barrow bursting with rage. The evil beast meant to requite with fire the theft of the costly drinking bowl. Then day departed as the dragon wished. No longer would he watch upon the side of the barrow, but he went forth with flame, furnished with fire. The beginning was fearful for the country folk, and it had an end, speedily and sorely, in the person of their bounteous lord.